Hey everyone, this is Haley from Cartoon Universe, and today me and Michael are going to be talking about the leaked clip and pictures from the newest episode that's premiering on Friday, Rocknaldo. And we weren't really knowing exactly what to expect 100% with this episode because, while the Ronaldo episodes could seem very, uninformational, they have proven to be actually quite informative of are going to happen in the future, although at first glance they don't seem like that. So looking at this clip, there may not be much so far, but perhaps Ronaldo's eventually going to say stuff that will be revealing of things that will happen in the future.
Hopefully, yes. There seemed to have been one already.
Yeah, no, really interesting. That's so random, and usually when it's totally random, it's almost always right.
Yeah.
So here we have, and we're going to talk about the clip first as always. We just have Steven walking down the pier, the boardwalk or whatever, and passing or getting close to, the Fryman's shop where they sell, their stuff. And Ronaldo's standing in front of it, and he's handing out pamphlets to people, or trying to, failing though.
Yeah.
And we also see Onion come out of nowhere, fly onto the ground and do some... Really, he just runs away. But Steven is, of course, interested in whatever Ronaldo has to say, as he always is, even though, he always believes, or is okay with what Ronaldo says. Although this time it's kind of different, interestingly.
Yeah.
Ronaldo crossed the line this time. And basically, so he gives... Ronaldo gives Steven a pamphlet, and it's about rock people, which is, of course, the crystal gems. However, Ronaldo's not really understanding that they're the same thing, and so Steven kind of proves it to him that they are, and after that the clip cuts off. But in between that there was, I guess, a couple things to mention. Probably the biggest thing is that Steven does say, he says a couple things, or he reads off a couple things from the pamphlet, and one thing says that they are putting mind-controlling minerals in the water supply, something like that. And so I don't know how that's going to happen. We don't really have any, doesn't seem like that would happen. Although, I don't know, maybe at the zoo, that just came to me right now, they did that to the humans or something, the zoom in. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking probably the zoo, because at this point I almost have to believe almost anything that Ronaldo says, pretty much, because he's been right about so much so far, so many ridiculous things so far. So I feel like that there has to be some truth to that. It's also possible that there's a corrupted gem somewhere that has some type of mineral that it releases, and it kind of messes with people's minds or the living things' minds that it's near, potentially. That might be something that we end up crossing sometime in the future. Or maybe, this is kind of elaborate, but maybe when the gems come, the diamonds come to get more humans for the zoo, as we know that they are going to do, maybe they put some poison in the water somehow, or some minerals that mind control people so they want to go to the zoo. I don't know why they would do that. Maybe they want to be more humane, but there's no reason for them to be, since they're so much stronger than humans. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was interesting. Was there anything else that caught your eye in the clip?
Not really. Oh, the joke that Steven goes when he's reading the pamphlet on quote unquote rock people, he says they hate men, which is a great joke because people are like, oh, Steven's the only boy gem. There's no boy gems. The creators hate men. So that was a really funny nod. I love how aware the Crewniverse is of their community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and probably my favorite part of the clip was right at the very end, where Steven was kind of proving Ronaldo wrong about how the crystal gems and rock people are the same thing, and Steven just whipping out all his, his gem, his weapon, he can shapeshift. That's just hilarious. And then it seems like it finally gets through to Ronaldo's head, but the clip cuts out right there, as clips always do.
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute, you're a rock? And then that's that's it.
He hasn't figured it out yet. Whatever. So hopefully during this episode he'll realize a lot of things about Steven.
Yeah, I think this episode might actually start getting deep, because we know Steven Universe loves their allegories, the show loves like making things relate to relevant topics and just general life things, especially with relationships. But I feel like this could end up being an allegory for like racial discrimination or discrimination of a certain group of people. Since this show is very much about tolerance and acceptance and understanding people and empathy. So I feel like this could kind of turn into that, where Ronaldo has a prejudice towards rock people and Steven's trying to make him understand that him and the crystal gems are not the same as the corrupted gems, and you can't just put people into a ball just because you see a certain type of thing. And that's something that's been going on a lot, especially like over the internet the past year. There's been a lot of people not really listening to each other and just kind of being mad. So this might be kind of a sign of the times type of episode. So, yeah.
Really good analysis. I definitely think so. From what we've seen, that could definitely be what the episode is going to try and say, basically.
Yeah.
So next up is the screenshots that were leaked, and of course they cover from the whole episode. And I don't know if they're exactly in order.
No, they're not.
We've already seen, I guess, one of them. But for the rest, we'll go over that too. So the first one is Ronaldo just in Steven's house. I'm guessing he invited him in there because, like you said, maybe he's trying to make Ronaldo understand more about them, the crystal gems and stuff. So he invited him over. He's wearing a different shirt. So I don't know if that was just because it's a new day, or he decided to change shirts.
Possibly. Yeah, it could be he's trying to make Ronaldo see that him and crystal gems are just like everyone else, except they're not quite, but at the end of the day, they're still just people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, next one is one that we already saw, so I guess we'll just skip over that.
Yeah.
Then the one after that, I think it's Steven taking a video of Ronaldo, or
No, that's Rising Tides, Crashing Skies. So I guess he's watching it and watching his analysis. Yeah.
Thank you. And so is that Amethyst, or?
Yeah, that's Amethyst.
I guess they're just.
So Steven, I guess Steven's showing the gems or whatever, or Ronaldo is showing the gems potentially. That could be Ronaldo's hands, although he's a little more tan than that. So that's probably Steven. Ronaldo probably showed Steven, since he did mention it in the clip.
You're right.
So you're probably showing Steven and the gems and seeing how spot on he is or wrong he is, I guess.
Yes. Okay. So the next screenshot makes even less sense there, with him holding, I'm assuming, like a sword, probably from like Lonely Blade or whatever. Yeah. And there's a juice box, and yeah.
Yeah, durian juice again for some reason. Yeah, I think like what might be happening, Ronaldo may have even asked him to like. No, it actually would make more sense for Steven to want him to understand what it's like to be a gem. So maybe he was like, "Oh, do I get a weapon?" And like Steven gave him like a fake katana. Yeah.
So then the one after that is just Steven talking to somebody, probably Ronaldo, or the gems. And then after that, it looks like they spend the whole day there. Yeah. So because Steven's in his pajamas, but Ronaldo's still there. And we see the katana, and we also see that he now has a star on his chest. He have paper taped it on there. So it looks like he wants to be a gem. Maybe that's it.
I guess.
Steven, now, since he has his own weapon, and he's got the star, it must be official then.
Yeah, he's probably, that seems to be a running theme lately for some reason. He's probably just trying to get into the mode, I guess. So he's trying to like really embrace being a gem.
Yeah. After that, it looks like Steven is getting angry, probably at Ronaldo, judging from the picture after that. That's possible.
Yeah, he's probably pissed that he's so judgmental or something.
Yeah.
Or just jumping to conclusions, most likely, or just crazy accusations, which again kind of goes back to what I think is going to happen with this episode being like an allegory for not being a discrimination. Discriminating against a certain group of people.
Yeah, so Steven's angry, and it looks like Ronaldo's kind of like confused, or just like, oh shoot, I messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's more in the evening, I guess. So that's probably the same day, and then they're still there at night. So I don't know how long he stays there, or why Steve, even after getting that mad, Steven still lets him stay in the house, I guess. Yeah.
He's probably just trying to get it through his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like passed out on the floor at night. So I guess he's either sleeping or he like hurt himself or is just really tired. So he just collapses on the ground.
Yeah. So not too much that we could like potentially talk about. Besides that, any other thoughts about these? Or the pictures?
No, I don't think this is gonna get super story heavy. That's not really a mind-blowing accusation for prediction. But we might get some little tidbits like the mind controlling thing in the water. Maybe there's like a Lapis somewhere who like has mind control water powers or something like that. That'd be pretty interesting. Or a fusion of like Lapis, which maybe we'll get like with a Lapis Peridot fusion or something where they have mind control. I guess I don't know if the crystal gems would use mind control though. I feel like that's against their moral code, especially Steven. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's the only tidbit so far. That could be the only tidbit we get the whole episode potentially, because I feel like usually with Ronaldo episodes we've been getting maybe one per episode. So who knows? But hopefully we'll get some more interesting like little crazy conspiracy theories that Ronaldo has in the future.
I look forward to those.
Yeah.
They always make great videos. So yeah, that pretty much covers this video. We'll be talking about this episode on Friday when it airs, so look forward to that, and we'll see you then.
See ya.